Roman Reigns punishes Solo Sikoa for recent actions. Rhea Ripley joins the Bloodline. Lesnar is gonna kill him. WWE fans on Lesnar of these Cody Rhodes. Goldberg attacks WWE for breaking their promise. Vince McMahon almost fired Triple H and more. Let's jump right into it. Rhea Ripley joins the Bloodline. The WWE Universe is seemingly obsessed with the idea that the Bloodline could be set to add to their ranks following WrestleMania, but it could be a popular female star who makes the cut. Rhea Ripley and Solo Sikoa had some tension for several months, and last night on Raw, it was made apparent that she could be the perfect addition to the group if they can convince her to leave the Judgment Day. The following list looks at just 4 signs that Rhea Ripley could be set to acknowledge the Tribal Chief. Number 4. Ripley is SmackDown Women's Champion and no longer needs to appear on Raw. Rhea Ripley was forced to appear on WWE Raw last night alongside Judgment Day, but in actual fact, she is no longer supposed to be part of the brand. The SmackDown Women's Champion should be exclusive to the Blue brand, which is where the Bloodline predominantly appears. If Judgment Day is drafted to Raw and Rhea to SmackDown next week, she could be looking for a new stable to join, and Roman Reigns could welcome her with open arms. Number 3. She is the only person who was able to do her job on Raw. The Judgment Day was recruited by Paul Heyman last night on Raw to step up and deal with the issues that the Bloodline has been having. Solo Sikoa took care of Rey Mysterio, but Judgment Day was unable to come out on top in the main event. Rhea Ripley was at ringside and was able to take the fight to Kevin Owens, showing that she was happy to fulfill her obligation to the Tribal Chief even if her team couldn't. This would be a good bargaining chip for her with Roman Reigns if he questions their loyalty next week on Raw. Number 2. Ripley is all about opportunities, and the Bloodline can offer her that. Rhea Ripley wasn't the SmackDown Women's Champion, Royal Rumble winner, and one of the most popular female wrestlers in the company when she was first recruited by Judgment Day. It could be argued that she has outgrown her current group and has spent the last few months settling issues unrelated to her. Ripley is all about opportunities and furthering her own career, so it's likely that she will be happy to join the Bloodline if she gets something from it. Number 1. Rhea Ripley has some interesting tension with Solo Sikoa. Rhea Ripley and Solo Sikoa could well be the next couple in WWE. Remember, Dominic and Rhea started their relationship as enemies before she was able to get into his head and recruit him to her scheme. Could Solo Sikoa be under the spell of Ripley too? But this time around, she could be the one convinced to join the Bloodline and walk away from Mysterio and what they have created in the Judgment Day. It could be an exciting career move for the Nightmare. Do you think Rhea Ripley will join the Bloodline? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Lesnar is gonna kill him. WWE fans on Lesnar of these Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' wish was fulfilled on the latest episode of WWE Raw, and many fans can't wait for his match against Brock Lesnar at Backlash 2023. The Beast incarnate backstabbed Rhodes on the Raw after WrestleMania 39 after teasing him to be his partner for a tag team match against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Lesnar left his partner in a heap after destroying him and hitting him with an F5 on top of the steel steps. The American Nightmare came out last week on the Red brand demanding a match against Lesnar at the upcoming Backlash Premium Live event in Puerto Rico. On this week's show, Rhodes got what he wanted after running through a sea of security personnel in hopes of getting to the former Universal Champion. Cody Rhodes as Brock Lesnar is now set for WWE Backlash 2023, and it looks like the two superstars will main event the show. The match has excited a major section of the fan base, while some believe that the match won't live up to the hype. The WrestleOps Twitter handle posted the following tweet, asking fans how excited they are for the clash. One fan jokingly said that Brock Lesnar will likely kill Cody Rhodes in the ring. Meanwhile, some fans seem excited about the match and expect it to be good. They hope to see Lesnar put in the same work he has done against Daniel Bryan and Finn Balor in the past. Others aren't too excited and believe that it will be a short match that will give Brock Lesnar another squash win. Some fans also pointed out that the match felt weird as there isn't much build to it. WWE will likely advertise the match as one of the biggest contests for Backlash in Puerto Rico. The star power of both wrestlers will help build hype for the premium live event. Many fans were disappointed when Cody Rhodes failed to defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. It looked like the American Nightmare would finally finish the story, but the creative team had other plans for him. Cody's brother Dustin Rhodes appeared on the Busted Open Radio to discuss his brother's failure. He said that Cody would win the world title someday now that he is a top star in the company, but he would have to earn another shot at it. He's Cody Rhodes, going to be world champion. I know it. I don't know when, but he's going to be world champion. So keep doing it, man. They're making him pay for it. They're making him earn it, and I like that, Dustin said. Cody Rhodes is arguably one of the hottest babyfaces in the industry today. A win over Brock Lesnar at Backlash 2023 will surely help his cause and put him in the driver's seat for another main event match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Do you think Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar will be an instant classic at WWE Backlash? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Goldberg attacks WWE for breaking their promise. Goldberg recently called out the WWE for breaking their promise to give him a proper retirement match. After a successful run in WCW, Goldberg signed with WWE in 2003. He spent a year there before leaving in 2004. In 2016, the 56-year-old returned to the Stamford-based company after nearly 12 years of absence. Over the next 6 years, Goldberg shared the ring with several top superstars and won the Universal Championship twice. The Hall of Famer last competed in February 2022 when he lost to Roman Reigns in a Universal title match at Crown Jewel. In a recent interview with Adam Carricker on 93.7 The Ticket, Goldberg revealed that McMahon promised him a proper retirement match after his defeat to Reigns. However, the company did not fulfill its promise. Vince McMahon and I had a handshake understanding that, after the Roman Reigns match, I would have a proper retirement match. And that hasn't come to fruition through them. So therefore, nobody puts a stamp on my career. Nobody tells me when I'm done, period. When somebody tells me that, I kind of like to fight against it. I like to do things my own way, and I go out my own way. And I certainly don't go out, under Roman Reigns, 3 weeks after I had COVID and agreed to a match, he said. A few months ago, Goldberg's WWE contract reportedly expired. Since then, rumors have suggested the former World Heavyweight Champion could join Tony Khan's promotion, AEW. Speaking on the Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T addressed the possibility of seeing Goldberg in WWE's rival promotion. I like the idea. If Goldberg was to show up, it would be a huge pop. Put him against QT Marshall. Let him go out, hit him with the jackhammer, That will be safe. That's a safe bet. Thing is just a thing. Do you think AEW fans would like that? Booker said. Bianca Belair's title reign, now the longest in WWE history. WWE superstar Bianca Belair has exceeded expectations as Raw Women's Champion. She has defeated megastars like Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley, as well as the 4 horsewomen of the Women's Revolution: Becky Lynch, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné. With her sheer strength and athleticism, it is no wonder she is closing in on the longest title reign in modern-day WWE. The EST of WWE won the Raw Women's title on Night 2 of WrestleMania 38 by dethroning Becky Lynch. She has main evented WrestleMania multiple times, a historic feat in the women's division. On March 15, 2023, Bianca Belair's title reign surpassed MVP's 343 days as United States champion to become the longest reigning African-American singles champion in WWE history. Bianca Belair's title reign as Raw Women's Champion currently stands at 380 days. She is just 19 days away from breaking Becky Lynch's record of being the longest reigning women's champion in modern-day WWE. The man reigned from 2019 to 2020, following her win at WrestleMania 35 before eventually relinquishing the title in May 2020 due to pregnancy. Interestingly, Belair will tie Lynch's record of 398 days during WWE Backlash on May 6. The EST is rumored to be fighting Damage Control's Io Sky at the Premium Live event in Puerto Rico. Given the stakes involved in a potential showdown, it would be surreal to witness Bianca unleashing herself on Sky to set up a historic feat. On a side note, Bianca Belair's title reign is about to be the second longest in the new generation. She will surpass arch-rival Bayley's record of 380 days as the SmackDown Women's Champion. The 34-year-old has dominated the main roster, but is yet to achieve one of her goals. 13-time Women's Champion Charlotte Flair needs no introduction. She was the poster girl for the SmackDown Women's division for a considerable time, and is an icon in WWE who has set the benchmark for future generations. Bianca defeated the Queen during an episode of Raw in October 2021 and followed it with another win 2 weeks later. On paper, she's defeated the 4 horsewomen of WWE and fulfilled her ultimate goal. However, both her victories came from disqualification scenarios. Provided that Belair's title reign doesn't contain a clear win over Charlotte, the upcoming draft could be an opportune moment to draft Flair to the red brand. Both could initiate an intense feud that sees them square up at the Night of Champions. Vince McMahon almost fired Triple H. Whilst Triple H's creative ideas usually sit well with Vince McMahon, a pitch made by him and WWE executive Bruce Pritchard almost led to the game and multiple other staff members losing their jobs. An on-screen comedy character who occasionally appeared on WWE TV in the mid-2000s was former writer Chris DeJoseph's male dancing persona Big Deke Johnson, a gyrating oiled-up man dancing in nothing but his underwear. Speaking on the latest Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard podcast, the WWE senior vice president said that Vince's initial reaction to DeJoseph's character did not go down too well. "I've always gotten along with Chris DeJoseph. Chris is a nice guy." Pritchard laughed when asked what he thought of DeJoseph as Big Deke Johnson. Paul Levesque Triple H, and I might have kind of come up with that a little bit. It was God. What was his name? Chris Farley. Patrick Swayze thing. Yes. And I'm looking at it, and the first time that we did it, he did it with Vince. Man, with the oil and everything. Almost got him fired. Almost got all of us fired after that one. Chris DeJoseph returned to World Wrestling Bloodline Entertainment in 2019, where he worked as the head writer and lead producer of SmackDown. However, he was released a few months later in May 2020. Since the King of Kings took over the main creative responsibilities in WWE last July, many performers have been able to showcase a lot more of themselves on TV than they were perhaps able to in the past. One WWE superstar who has enjoyed working with Triple H is Chad Gable, with the former Raw Tag Team Champion recently stating on the Out of Character podcast how the game has helped his career as of late. I think the way that Hunter's used me over the past 8 to 9 months allowed me to show everybody what I can do technically. Also on the character side of things, and what that does, I think in the long term, is earn the respect of the fans because they sniff that out, and it's not just the thing where, oh yeah, he's a great wrestler. No, he's also entertaining us in the meantime. Since Triple H took over as head of WWE Creative, many former superstars have returned to the company, including the likes of Johnny Gargano, Dakota Kai, Karrion Kross, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman. How has Triple H fared as head of WWE Creative? Give us your thoughts in the comments section below. Roman Reigns punishes Solo Sikoa for recent action. Solo Sikoa, the Enforcer, is an important member of the Bloodline. Regardless of whether he's considered a rookie, Sikoa has proven himself to be loyal to the tribal chief. However, even though his loyalty hasn't budged, Sikoa broke character on the April 17th episode of WWE Raw during the final moments of his match against Rey Mysterio. It so happened that after pinning him, the young superstar quickly leaned over to thank the Luchador for putting him over in front of thousands of WWE fans. Coming to how Roman Reigns will perceive it, it's important to differentiate between real life and real life. Solo Sikoa followed the script and did what he was supposed to and destroyed Rey Mysterio. This is what the undisputed WWE Universal Champion expected of him. While Sikoa thanked Rey Mysterio, it was a pro wrestler to pro wrestler gesture that had nothing to do with the storyline. Hence, there should be no question of punishing Sikoa for breaking character after securing the victory. This isn't the first time a pro wrestler has broken their in-ring character to express gratitude towards their opponent in the ring. But even if Reigns was to consider punishing Sikoa, it's not a wise move given Solo Sikoa is the only member of the Bloodline who is doing as Reigns wishes. The Usos, especially Jey Uso, have already shown signs of moving away from the tribal chief's command. This week's episode of Raw opened with the Bloodline, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman, and the Judgment Day staring down. Initially, it seemed that there would be a brawl between the two top heel factions in WWE, but it turned out the tribal chief had ordered a temporary alliance between the faction, with the swapping of opponents for one night. Hence, Sikoa from the Bloodline took on Judgment Day's rival Rey Mysterio. Meanwhile, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest took on the Bloodline's rivals Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle. While the Enforcer dominated over the legendary Luchador, the Judgment Day members fell to the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions and Matt Riddle. What do you think of the alliance between the Bloodline and the Judgment Day on Raw? Let us know in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted.